So what is property managers? My target as property managers to make owners' asset more bigger.
Lord, as we gather today at this seminar, we ask that you will be in our midst. Help us to make decisions that will be pleasing to you. Help us to be able to discuss the matters at hand in a reasonable way, and to be willing to give up having our own way. God, let this meeting be productive, and as should be the case in all areas of our lives, help us to keep you at the forefront of our mind as you do the work set before us. Amen.
To begin this program, we are pleased to call Mr. Ezoe to deliver the opening remarks.
Hello everybody, this is Ezoe from the 81 Property, also the president of the Asetas, which is also one of our group company. This is very appreciated for all of you today, even the bad rain nowadays, joining our seminar and meeting. So this is our wish to have this presentation, especially for those like you guys, the professional worker in the real estate industry in the Philippines. Because we also started in 2013, and then we try to be more professional and try to change the market. Now we have the 6-year-old company and want to show our experience and want to show our knowledge to support each other for our sales, your profit, and then investors' benefit. So this is for you and for us. So please enjoy and be serious and be some fun, because we also prepared some rappers. So just enjoy, please. Thank you.
Our first speaker is known for his knowledge in property management. He also gives webinars about real estate. He is IRM certified property manager and also the current VP sales of 81 Property Management. Today, he will discuss about the property management and why you should invest on how the property management can help you with your property. Let us all welcome Mr. Ezoe Matutsune.
So let me introduce by myself a little bit. As Ms. Ting introduced me, I'm working as property manager, and then maybe nobody knows about my license, but I licensed in the US, which is called Certified Property Manager. I will introduce about that one. Then I'm working as property manager here in the Philippines. I'm Japanese. I came here for the 6 years ago and then keep engaging in this real estate industry in the Philippines. It's very passionate and enthusiasm, adjusting to Filipino, and then Filipino investors or investors investing in the Filipino, adjusting to the market. So who we are? We called us the Marufuji Group because we have the several companies, which is first 81 Property Management, the second one is Marufuji Construction, and then Assetas Inc. and then Sweet Life Inc. is newly incorporated in 2018. And all of group companies engaging in real estate services, especially the 81 property management, as you can listen, of course, we are property management company, but we starting, first of all, we keep telling, we are not, we are not property management office in the building. We are managing the property for investors. So starting 2013, we first just one unit property management, which is in Beacon. I guess everybody knows that Beacon is nowadays so famous building, so many residents, occupants, and the high-rise. We started just one unit management. At that time, the CEO is doing the everything, the cleaning, opening house, and then viewing, checking, collection, payment, everything. Now we expand. So we have the 4 company. All of them started from the property management company. For example, Marufuji Construction is doing the construction, working more on healthcare. If you have the brochures, do they have brochures? If you open the pamphlet, and then we have the brochure for the Marufuji Construction. They are very fast worker, and then commitment, and then quality trying to be high, as like Japan. Because why we make it? We need it when we started as property management. I guess everybody has experienced tenant complaining something problem, maybe a ACU problem, how about a leak, electrical issues. So how do you work? Of course, I'm not engineer, I'm not maintenance workers. How fast you can engage? This is a very important portion to keep maintain the tenant very good condition. Then second one is assetters and then service. Suite Life Inc. We are doing asset management consultation because before enter to this investment stage, maybe investors start thinking which country is good for real estate investment. Philippines, Thailand, Japan, maybe US. So we will give how we can commit, how you can get your profit and benefit. So Assetters is doing the asset management and then consultation services. Then finally Suite Life Inc. After the owner's asset, we were asked to manage them. Some of the units operating by the Suite Life Inc. as service apartment. So we are looks like the property firm, or we are trying to be more bigger to handle all of the function in the real estate. So now I will proceed my license. Because before proceeding my discussion, it's very important to be known. Everybody knows this organization? No. Madam? No? No idea? It's called Institute of Real Estate Management. And then this is for the professional property management license. Not like only buy and sell, not like maintenance, or not like, of course, any other license. So this is for the property management. The headquarters is Chicago in US, and there is a branch in Tokyo in Japan. I could have that license last year in Japan. There are 10 professional courses to be acknowledged and to be certified. Then after you pass the exam, you can be certified by this organization. So this one is very worldwide, where it's not studied in the Philippines, but the organization have branch in US, Canada, Brazil, in the Asia, Japan, Korea, China, such kind of countries joined already this organization. And to be professional property manager, because be confident and be professional property manager is very important to engage in investors, especially real estate, of course. this is all of the course I took. And this is required to be finished before you become the certified property manager. It's very hard because each of course you have to take 2 days studying seminars, even the ethic. First of all, like that, I have to do. You will be ethical property manager. You will be follow everything very ethical. Then they will ask my declaration. I have to sign in front of all of the board members, and then I have to say I will. Then after that, we will start the programs. Is all of them are 2 days program. So it starts in June. The final exam will finish in December. So it's almost half a year's program. Then what I did, loan calculation, because most of property abroad is, okay, let's say around 100 million pesos, 1 billion pesos, if I say the Filipino currency. So need a financial support by bank loan. So I have to run the loan calculator. Then, of course, not only for investment computation, but also need to be professional. Maintenance, human resource, marketing, and the leasing skill and knowledge. Why do we have to know the human resource? We are not HR. We are just engaging in the property management. We are just engaging in real estate industry. Why do we have to know the human resource? Of course, it's quite easy to understand. Maintenance, prevention and maintenance is very important to keep the property very profitable and valued up. Marketing and leasing, no need to mention. We need a tenant. We need income. So no need to understand. No need to explain. Of course, we need a marketing and leasing. How about the human resource? Human resource is also very important because property manager is somehow like team leader to manage the investors' profit, investors' property to be more profitable. Of course, property manager is not enough, the one. He has to assign the task and the job description to the team for accounting person because it's investment. How much we earn, how much our suggestion, how much owner's expenses. On the other hand, maybe need to assign tenant relation. Very important tenant relation. While everybody sometimes hustle, sometimes tenant visit our company. Hey, why is leak not stop more than 10 days? Yeah, that kind of relation is always happening. Oh, is it okay? So tenant has problem. Of course, they have the contract. We have to engage with them. So we need another human resource which is take care of the client. Tenant is our client. Then what about the other human resource? Maybe sales staff, maybe marketing staff, maybe documentation admin. So total manpower allocation is it's up to property manager. Come on, get back. May I know who is in this audience doing the license? Not license, whichever the license or non-license, brokerage working. May I know? Hi. So most of you guys. And how about the property owners, if ever here? Property owners. Okay. Yes. That's why, again, human resource, we need it. Why? Because property manager is not enough if engaging in the unit management. Need pass them. And then I am the leader to conduct. It's like a music. Go there, stay here, work for the property, and there's a one big goal for the investors. After that, of course, need to be more professional for the computation for your investment. Beginners, in the middle, and the practical, and then finally has to take the exam. During the exam, I can't get out from the seminar room. It's very strict and confidential about the exam content. So, especially this MPSA exam, I have to make executive investment level. They will give us the one example for the property. It's most of the case property in the US. Each show property has sometimes a problem, and the property manager has to think, how do I make this property more profitable? Using your investment computation, marketing research, and human allocation, sometimes has to think about end of the contract for that human resource, then make the cost reduce and also profit bigger. We have to think about. So total skill and knowledge from those programs, then I'm going to create executive summary for the profit. How does owner earn the money for your profit? So now after I introduce what I run and what I'm required as property managers, now let's think about investors' target. Because this is always start how to earn the money, how to invest and how to engage in the investors as property managers. So what is the target of the investors, especially those persons who invest in the property in the Philippines? So first of all, by the way, this is just simply and then common things in the worldwide investors who own the properties. Why do you own the property? Most of the case, reason is in this 6. Sometimes investors want to have fixed asset in your investors' balance sheet, which means there's a cash 5 million pesos. Oh, there's a cash 5 million pesos, and then it's like asset allocation in your balance sheet. I have the cash, I change the 5 million equivalent property. This is most of the case, in my experience, Chinese people. What Chinese investors think about that? Because they always try to change their national currency, which is Chinese yen, to any kind of property. That's why, in my experience in the Philippines, they don't care such if the unit has the income, if the unit has a tenant or vacant, because their biggest target is asset allocation from cash to property. In that case, I'm thinking, what is a better solution for that investment? Maybe big and a good location rather than comparing in the incomes. Maybe that is for him. While most of Japanese owners think about that, surely monthly income, aside your salary or something, aside your business income. So surely monthly income, of course this is provided by the tenant. So that means unit need a tenant, unit need a client with a leasing contract. So this is one of the biggest target for the most of the case property owners. And the others like leverage by the financial loan, like using my 1 million peso, owing the 100 million property, such kind of things. If you are good for the financial credit, maybe bank allow you to own the big properties. Actually, this is quite common things, but I believe nobody showing definition such a gross potential income, which means your gross income. Okay, let's say my property monthly 40,000, so times 12, so yearly gross income. You have to expect loss to lease, which means negotiation. Everybody experience. Please discount 1,000 peso per month. Okay, for your tenant, but for the owner, of course, it's negative. It's loss. More big loss is a vacancy. Please remember, if your property makes 1 month vacant, which means 8.30% is decrease your gross income. It's actually, everybody knows. I believe everybody knows. But everybody never think one by one. Yes, it's simple. If we accept it, the discount, of course, owner's income will decrease. Yes, it's simple. But have you ever tried to check one by one? So, again, what is the target of property manager? Make profit bigger. As owner's representative, I'm trying every time. Stop negotiation from the tenant. Moreover, when renewal, I'm always asking rent increase, of course, because here in the market is very inflation, and the property is sometimes good occupancy rate. If different tenant might be another and upgraded rent income. That's why. So after the gross income less those two of the loss, you will know net rent revenue, and you have to add miscellaneous income or miscellaneous expense return. Sometimes you too much pay the association dues. That's why you claim to the condominium corp, please return. They sometimes accept, but they sometimes like make it fun, as like association dues fund. It's like refund. So after that, you will know effective gross income. We call it EGI. Then importance is here, how much is the operational expenses. We call it OPEX. OPEX means your maintenance fee, your association dues, your real estate tax. Those operational costs, this will be your expenses, owner's expenses. Now you will know net of income, NOI. This is sometimes same as cash flow, which means yearly income, yearly cash you receive if you don't have bank financing. Since most of my clients doesn't have bank financing, I won't talk about annual debt services or before tax cash flow, but this simple computation is very important and very easy if you know the cash flow tree, because what you did is put one by one how much was that. So this is example. One my property, not my property, my client. I expected 44,000 peso monthly, so meaning the yearly 528,000. I accepted 2,000 negotiation per month, so my loss was 24,000. Moreover, I made it 1 month vacancy, which means almost same as monthly rent. So net rent revenue 460,176. Let's say no miscellaneous, no expense reimbursement. So EGI is same. Now operational cost So my owner could get 303,918. This is your income. After that, if you're trying to think how much you earn in the year, you just divide how much you buy. So which means calculate. So you can check how effectively you did the investment. And then this is my knowledge, this is my professional knowledge. So I can't show everything because this is a free seminar. So consultation, yes, we accept because we have the Assetas. Actually, Assetas is my company. I'm managing that company. And also I'm working as one of the property managers in 81 property. So yeah, all of them is very necessary knowledge. At least I believe in the part of the 81 property, we are trying the property management, not just commission basis, but also doing the services. And why service? Because I'm your partner, something like that. So, okay, I'm about to finish. Please try to search the item or CPM once you're back to the home. Of course, this is an English website, and also you can get the knowledge about what I said, and just remember about the cash flow computation. Then later, we will discuss about our services. So all of owners, all of brokers, we can work each other because our target is property management, not leasing only. We will work for the tenant, we will work for owner, because work for tenant, which means work for the owner. So this is what we are doing and what I'm thinking for the property management industry in the Philippines, and then I'm imagining in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that informative presentation. So, good afternoon again. For the CR, it's over there po. And I hope everyone registered for the raffle later. And then, for the next speaker, we have a well-known broker, especially in for sale property. He is the current in-house broker of 81 Property Management. Today, he will discuss what is the difference between property management to broker and agent. Let us all welcome Sir Jordan Lim.
So, thank you for the introduction, Dean. Thank you for the presentation, Mr. Ezoe-san. Again, my name is Jordan Lim, and the question is, why are we doing this? Why is Mr. Zoe us presenting you our services? We are selling you our services. Brokers, especially brokers and property managers, owners. The question, we are asking you to refer, encouraging you to refer to us, your clients. Of course, the question is why. We are, most of us here are brokers, right? Brokers, owners, broker lahat. I think I know some of you here. Dito, parang familiar. So the question is why? Why are we us as broker will refer to you our client? Diba? I was a freelance broker before I joined the 81 Property Management, and the answer to my question is, so your question is why, diba? So I tell you a story na lang. I think it's better to answer that question that way. When I was a a freelance broker. So I have clients, I have units for rent, and so after I rent it out, so there's a tenant for 1 year like that, and then there's this one tenant. After moving in, siguro after 3 months, 12 o'clock in the evening, in the middle of the night, she's calling me. I was sleeping na, like that, sleeping like a baby na. And then this tenant's calling me. Oh, this is tenant from this condominium. So I answer, hello. Yes, Miss Tenant, what's wrong? Mr. Jordan, I'm sorry to bother you this middle of the night, but I lost my key. Oh my God. So, do you have a spare? Sabi ko, I'm sorry, I don't have a spare key for your unit, and it's 12 o'clock at midnight, so what are you going to do? I don't know. You go to the hotel or something, and then let's, tomorrow morning, let's meet tomorrow morning for whatever, maybe we can, the door, diba? So, that's one experience I'm encountering during the time I was a freelance worker. So, you as a, I'll give you another story. Last, there's another tenant from another condominium calling me on a Sunday. That's Sunday, and I was out of Metro Manila vacationing, and she's calling me, she's hysterical, and she's telling me that her boyfriend is they are fighting inside the unit, and then she said, my boyfriend is breaking up the appliances and everything inside. So I go, why don't you call the security? I called the security, but they cannot go inside the room. She's outside the room now, and then but he's already freaking out, and my boyfriend's breaking everything inside the room, sabi niya. And then I think you better call the police, not me. So why I'm telling this experience, you as a me as a broker, this kind of thing is something that make my blood pressure up. I don't like the nitty-gritty of this unit management. It's hard for me. It's hard, especially if you're a freelance broker and you only have one assistant, and I cannot do it myself. Even if I have that time, will add another assistant. It's still something that I don't want to do. So most of you don't want your tenant calling in the middle of the night, diba? So maybe, but some of you is hesitant to refer your client, diba, for our property management services. Well, it's we will make you a deal na lang. So maybe in renewal, of course you get, all of you here are brokers, diba? You get we split the first month for a 1-year contract, and then maybe for the renewal we can give you more, diba? Where's so let's make a deal. Pwede namang, we can talk everything naman. We can make an agreement, and it will make your brokerage concentrate on the selling and leasing out, and you give us that problem di ba? In tenant relation, because we are a we have the 81 property management have manpower. Right now we have 150 employees, right? And we have a all the departments. We have a tenant relation. No? We have a owners relation. We have the accounting department, the finance, the HR, the IT, and even the cleaning we can do. We have the construction company. Not a building construction. It's interior design, interior construction like that, including air cleaning. So everything from A to Z, we do that. So we will, if you refer your client to us, we will take care of it. Take care of all the tenants concerned and the owners concerned. But of course, if there's a renewal, maybe we can give the same share during the first one. And you can go on with the brokerage and leasing out. So that is more, the profit there is more than the property management. But we are getting profit in property management because we have around 500 units that we are managing right now. So that's why we need to have more units to go on with that services, to pay all the employees. So, but we cannot give you 100% because well, we have to pay for our we have to buy a computer, a paper, ball pen. Yeah, we have a cost. So yun. So what else? We have the system. We will give your later on. Our property management officer will present the details. But the system is like a owners. What do you call that, Pao? Owners. It's an online system that your owner can check online everything. Later, si Miss Pao will discuss that. And then experience. We are in this business for 6 years already. We're not a baby anymore, but maybe a toddler na. But we have experience, and we're getting more experience every transaction, every day. And by the way, for the brokers, the process of commission, sometimes they have this concern about the release of commission. Sometimes it take at least 1 week, di ba? 1 year. And we're doing everything to make it shorter. And but we cannot give you like a transaction after the payment, and then we don't do, I call it a gangster style transaction. This is this is the commission. Okay, so okay, let's share. One for you, one for me, one for you too. No, I'm sorry, we have to remit first, and there's a process in our company, so it takes time. It will be approved. There will be signatories, so like that. So bear with us. Pero we'll do everything to make it shorter. Okay?
We're expecting more units.
Expecting more units. Of course. You are our partner. Okay.
So the idea here is we have the units, we will put it in your platform, and then we share. Kayo ba magmamarket o kami magmamarket din online? You get the clients for us or what?
We will, it depends. We will, the leasing out? Not selling out.
Units,
Oh.
manage. So, nakita ko yung presentation nyo. So, you'll be managing the property for us.
Yes.
Kasi we only, like for me, I only do leasing.
Okay.
So, ang in-offer nyo services is everything as a package.
Yes, yes.
So, if I put all my properties inside your platform, so you'll market it online. So, sharing would be 50-50. You get the client.
Yes.
Listing broker ako, ganun.
Yes.
Paano ba?
Yeah, exactly.
Ganun ang
Oh,
arrangement.
yes.
So, 50-50.
We will market,
sharing.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So same thing the standard, if I am a client broker, client siya, ako yung listing broker, we share 50-50.
Yes. The difference is, if there's a concern, tenant concern, and owner's concern,
So you cover
leak,
everything na?
leak like
Hindi na
that,
kami?
hindi na. It's our
So yun yung
services.
services na in-offer niya.
Yes.
So ang kailangan nyo lang from us is we share our properties to you.
Yes.
And then you manage everything na.
Manage everything, including payment of dues,
Contract
tax,
signing, the
contract signing, we have
lease
the
agreement,
lease
meron
agreement.
na rin kayo na.
We screen the tenant.
Pero yung marketing like putting it on, like ako, I put my property sa platform like that property, Lamudi,
Mm.
I get clients from that platform. So, paano tayo? Kami rin magmamarket or kayo rin nag-
You can also market at the same time.
So, parang managing lang talaga tayo.
Managing.
Okay.
So if you get the client for a tenant for leasing, we will share na lang.
Kunyari, meron akong need sa platform nyo, I can also do leasing. Kunyari, ma-market kayo isang requirement from your listing. Ganun ba?
Yes, pwede naman. Any more? Questions? Yes, sir. Sorry? Yeah, of course. DC? Can we do that, attorney? Copy of contract, this contract.
Our leasing contract or the contract between a broker and the
Just
between me and you.
Yeah. Yung we accrediting to you.
for the broker that
sample, you mean sample of our draft?
no sir, they're asking for a copy of the contract if ever they will
Join.
share their properties to our company. Broker to 81 property contract.
Di ba magsasign kami for like partnership?
Yes.
We can.
So it's like a co-broker
Something like that.
leasing contracts. We have company laws.
We have leasing contracts.
Can I review those?
Once we're in the negotiation stage, we need to share our templates with you.
Can say for example we have our own leasing contracts.
So you can share it to
So, for example, we have our own leasing contracts. Can we like have those imposed on the tenants?
Well, of course, we'll have to cross-reference it with
Right.
our leasing contract and everything. And if everything goes well, then of course. But if ever there are provisions that aren't in your contract, we'd probably have to have an addendum or something. Something like that.
Okay. Any more?
What's the ownership? Do you automatically own the properties we list? Let's say we list properties for sale and for lease, right? How do you respect the ownership? Because as
You're the you have the authority to sell
Yeah, yeah.
to lease out, and then
so if you do have clients, you will get back to us.
yes, we will be like brokerage.
Okay.
Just see.
For the inquiries, do we receive the do we personally directly receive the inquiries?
If you have the authority to sell,
Yeah.
if you are the SPA, that is your listing.
Okay, yes.
So we will be acting as a broker lang outside.
Are you familiar with Hustler?
Yes.
Okay. Are you trying to be a Hustler?
We are a Hustler. Okay. We sometimes they are
Sometimes you're trying to be like a Hustler because So, because I understand, I respect his input of the concerns of the sharing, and Hapter has a way also that, for example, if the listing is, let's say you have 500 properties, right? So if whether we find a client, whether for sale or for lease, we follow the regular 50-50. But if there are other brokers who help in, they have an arrangement. Let's say the middle broker gets like 20%. Do you have something like that arrangement?
Yeah, we can agree on that.
So it's not yet, your format is not yet, okay. When will you have that finalized?
Soon.
Okay.
I'll let you know if we, Thank you, ma'am. Actually, I know Hapler, but I'm not really,
I've seen their structure. It's basically the practice right now, brokerage, where if it's your client, you and another broker helps you with it, it's basically 50-50. But if there's
Sometimes
a middle broker, then they just, it is very crystal clear, it's very transparent that the middle broker gets like 20%.
20%.
Yeah, so it's crystal clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do that. We can have an agreement. We can have a
With
contract.
respect to the brokers who own either the client or the property.
Because that is your listing.
Yes, I mean I understand that there are brokers who go in the middle.
Yes,
if
yes.
it's harder to
Yeah.
if it's harder to move the property, then
Yeah.
of course you accommodate
Correct.
the middle broker.
Correct. Thank you, ma'am. And yes, sir.
Do you only manage condos, or do you do houses?
Yeah, condos. We have houses, but we are going there. We only have one. Right now, we only have one unit managing for, but mostly condominium units. Soon. Yes, sir.
I see that there's said asset management. So, are you familiar with REIT or Real Estate Investment Trust?
Not yet.
Something like they don't really own a property, but they yes, they share or they manage.
Okay.
So it's like a mutual fund or something, a corporate fund, something like that. That's,
Tony, you help me.
Does 81 management properties engage in REIT right now?
We actually have our unit owners that are discussing doing that, sir. So we just had a meeting regarding rate, and we can do the service of incorporating corporations, but it would depend on the unit owners first. Of course, we have to discuss it with the unit owners. Are you talking about incorporating a corporation for rate?
Yes.
Yeah, we can provide that service, but for now, our property owners have not yet requested that, but they have inquired.
So that we could diversify some of our investment. We could invest here. Aside from buying properties, we could invest in fund allocation.
Shares, yes.
Shares. So actually, there is a IPO have just happened last week. That is Capital Properties. This Capital Properties does not really own any property here, but only in actual building. They are not engaging in construction, but it's like you or having properties or buying properties. They don't really have a construction company. So they runs like a REIT or Real Estate Investment Trust. So it's like selling mutual funds, asset management. But if you're going to try to have that like an asset management or mutual fund, you have to register it, something like that.
Yes, we have to. You'd have to incorporate a new corporation. Our top executives have actually been discussing it with our investors. Most of our investors now are Japanese, so it is being discussed.
Actually, if that would be materialized, I'm happy to invest here at 81 properties. If that will happen, but actually I just bought already a Capital Properties on IPO last week. It will be listed this August 19. And if 81 properties will be listed, I'm happy to invest.
It's about the REIT,
Yes.
right? REIT. Yes, I know the one of the company, Ayala. Am I correct?
Capital Properties.
Okay,
Capital,
sorry.
excuse me.
The REIT finished the IPO, then this is the start of the IPO market in the Filipino real estate. Yes, I really understand. Then we are also trying to seek that kind of opportunity. But here, what we are discussing is about property management services. For example, if the lead company on the one floor of the condominium unit, then we can be also the property manager to be manage the property and then make the earning, make the management, and then of course it's up to the owner if you guys assign to us as property managers, because I have to show the performance, right, for your investment, because you have the commitment for the investors because it's IPO. Am I correct? So we can, if you're asking the portion of the property management, yes we can, because it's just same. Some of the property owner who is a corporate, it's not fund, but they are doing the fund management in Japan, own the property here in the Philippines more than 30 million, 100 million, something like that. Then he's just one individual, but he's a corporate. Then what we are doing, manage the property, find the tenant, leasing and marketing, and then find the income solution, not only the income, also maintain the property to be profitable, something like that. We can do that, I think.
Thank you.
Ride all you can day pass Sky Ranch Tagaytay for 2. That's okay. For that, we have Sir Michael. Please for picture taking and also for the round. Okay. For the second, we have the entrance pass at Asylum Manila for 2. Who wants to go there? Horror house, right? Mr. Justin Victor. Congratulations. It's 2 naman po. So, congratulations. No, sir. Okay. 60-minute full body massage with buffet in Wencha Spa. That's very expensive. Yes. Okay, so Mr. Lope Encarnacion. Congrats! Here is buffet naman. Who loves to eat? Yes. Okay. So, eat all you can dinner buffet for 2 at Heritage Hotel Manila. Okay, who will be the lucky winner? No. Andy Chan. Please come here po. And for the last of our first half, another buffet at Hyatt Regency Manila, City of Dreams for 2. Yeah, it's for 2, so I hope you have a couple. Mr. Ariel naman yon. You can bring to your asawa if you have. Congrats. Thank you. So for those who haven't picked, we have their half later. So just wait po.
Much more higher price.
Yeah, higher prices, higher chances of
Higher chances.
winning.
Don't worry, you still have a chance.
Okay, so let's start again with the presentation. Our next speaker. For our next speaker is a notable listing staff because of the way she takes care of her clients. Hand to hand, she handles the unit owners from their concerns and about the unit problems. She will discuss then how 81 Property gives ROI when they lease out their unit. So let me call on Miss Paula Gonzalez to discuss the presentation po.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Miss Dean. So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you enjoy the food and the raffle. So, let me introduce myself. I am Paula Gonzalez. I am under Property Management Development. So, I'm going to discuss to you about our company services. Because most all of you must be nalilito if what are services. Some of us inquired if we are a property management office like the PM or admin office doing po. So we are different from them. So for a while. Okay, sorry. So about us, we are a Japanese-owned company. And we are successfully managing, or we are successfully operating our business for 6 years now. And now we are managing 500 plus properties here in Metro Manila, as Sir Jordan and Sir Ezoe mentioned. So our the main goal of our company is to bring the Japanese style organization. So as we all know, Japanese are very strict and very professional when it comes to running their business. So our group of companies, so we have this 81 Property Management, Marufuji, Asiters, and then the Sweet Life. So property management, we are focusing more on client relation, from tenant relation to owner's relation. And then for the Marufuji construction, yeah, it's basically maintaining the unit or the property, doing construction, plumbing works, something like that. And then for the Asiters, more on selling or looking for property buyers, and then consultation as well. So for Sweet Life Inc., it's a service operation or a hotel type service. And then we are not, so we are basically a company, so we're not working individually. So we have this sales and leasing department, web marketing or digital solution division, property management department, finance department, accounting department, and lastly the HR and admin department. Then our services. So our services, of course, most of the unit owners just want to have income, but by that we will do posting of your unit so as we could look for a potential tenants. And then we have 300 accredited brokers, and then of course we will post your unit using this property online, using the Lamudi, Property 24, our own website, RentPad, and etc. Then once we got inquiry from our partner brokers or from the web, we will do the tenant search and then viewing and tripping, just like Mr. RJ doing. So most of you are brokers, so I know you're already familiar with Sir RJ, Miss Aya, and Miss Ava. And then tenant search, viewing and tripping, then tenant background check. Tenant background check, we are very strict with this one because we are we are asking for our clients to provide this forms or requirements, such as letter of intent, leasing application form, and then tenant information sheet. For individual foreigners, we are asking for passport, ACR, alien certificate, AEP. Yeah. So basically, why are we asking for this? Because as we all know, or as you heard in the news, most of the foreigners who's working with here in the Philippines doesn't have any working visa. So meaning it's illegal. And then they got deported anytime, so they can abandon the unit anytime. So that's why we are very strict in screening our property. And then we have our sales admin who's confirming that if that client is really employed to that company. Sorry. And then sorry. And then for the new clients or for the newly hired employees, we are asking them if they can do a corporate contract, which the company will go into sign for the contract of lease. So we are asking them for property leasing. Ganun po. Okay na po. We are asking them for COR, sex certificate, and then what do you call this? SEC. So yeah, we are very strict with those requirements. And then next, property management. So once we already got a tenant for your unit, that's the time that we will do the property management. So we have this documentation, notarizing, contract management, reporting, and monitoring. For reporting and monitoring, I'll discuss it to you later. We are using owner's accounting system wherein you can check all your transactions, all your expenses, and all your income. For easy way to keep your property rented. So once we got a tenant, we cannot prevent all those concerns from the tenants. Concerns, complaints, etc. I believe most of you doesn't want to handle those. Especially as Sir Jordan mentioned, if the tenant complains at the middle of the night, Sunday, rest day, diba? So we have those. And then, so once we got a tenant, we have our tenant relation department who's handling all their concerns. So I believe if the tenant relation, or if we take care of our tenant, they might take care of the unit as well. So we have this after sales care services. So since we have our in-house facility management or construction group, it's easier for us to do those kinds of repairs, aircon works, plumbing works, and etc. Because most of the units, as you all know, for example, here in One Central, some leak after the turnover. They are very slow in action. So most of our clients are like nagrereklamo sila with that kind of concerns, and we can attend that as well since we have our in-house facility management. So we do the move-in punch listing or inventory, and we also do the move-out inventory since we have our in-house engineers. And then we do also restore the unit and make it leasable again once the tenants move out. And then for billing and utilities, if you were a unit owner who lives in abroad, of course we cannot visit the BMO just to pay the association dues, the real property taxes, the maintenance fee. So we can do that as well. It's included in our property management services. And then owner's accounting report. So this is what I'm talking about monthly payout, budgeting, documentation, notarizing, and contract management. We have our owner's accounting report wherein you can check all your expenses and income, just like this one. So once we got a tenant for you, we will we will going to give you this kind of report. So for the report, so for the month of July, this owner has a monthly rental income of 20,000. And then the total expenses will be the management fee and then the association dues. Since we are paying the association dues in the quarterly basis. This unit is in Aqua Residences. So we have this. You can check it through this owner system. Say Bozu. Association dues is 9,745. Yeah. No. Quarterly, sir. Yes, po. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir? Taxes po. We can also do that. Yeah. Especially the real property tax annually. Yeah, we can do that as well, sir. So, yeah, you can check the expenses through here. And then we will going to do the reporting every 15th of the month. And then the payout will be every 25th of the month. So, yeah. And then the net receipts of the owner is 9,131. So, and then you can also check the contract, the leasing contract and the property management contract. So yeah, when will be the tenant will going to move out, the monthly rent, and then the security deposit. So for the maintenance, the tenant of this unit has reported that the bed cracked. So you can see the pictures through here. So it's very like transparent. It's very transparent po, that between property owner and then the property management company. You can check the quotation, the pictures, and then for finance, this is the financial statement annually. So you can check it through here as well. How much is your income, expenses, and then yun po. And then you can also check all your notifications through here. Alert and information. So basically, our product is more on services po. Like aftercare services. We're done with the property services. And now, for the due diligence, our attorney or legal will going to explain further with you later. And then thank you all for your time and enjoy po.
Thank you for that informative presentation, Ms. Pao. If you have any question po to Ms. Pao, save it for later po. Because if we have time, we can entertain questions with our speakers po. So for the next speaker, our next speaker is an attorney that handles legal matters of all properties that 81 Property have, from risk analysis to legal compliance. She is the current in-house counsel of 81 Property Management. She will discuss about the due diligence. Let us all welcome Attorney Patricia Sala.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you, Dean, for introducing me. Again, I am the in-house counsel of 81 Property Management. But before we continue with how we do our due diligence, I'd like to add on something that was mentioned earlier. Yes, we are a Japanese-managed corporation, but still 81 Property is a domestic corporation. So the nationality of the corporation is still Filipino. Shares of stocks is still Filipino. Yes, but the management is Japanese. Okay. So anyway, of course, all of us here, especially most of you guys are already brokers, and of course, everyone has done due diligence, especially to your clients. So now, there are a lot of definitions of what due diligence is, but here is a simple definition that really hits the spot. So what is due diligence? Okay, I'm not that tech savvy. Okay. Due diligence simply is an action that is considered reasonable for people to take in order to keep themselves or others in their property safe. So again, safe for whom, safe from what, and why do we do due diligence? So, of course, for us as property managers, we conduct due diligence for our clients. The unit owners and the tenants are our clients. We have to safeguard the well-being, and we have to protect our clients and their properties. But of course, before we can protect our clients, of course, we have to make sure also that we ourselves as property managers and as corporation are protected also. So we have to make sure that we are also all in compliance with all the laws and all the rules and policies that are applicable to us. Another reason why we conduct due diligence is for compliance. So we understand that as unit owners, they all have responsibilities and obligations. As mentioned earlier by Ms. Pao, of course, like the real estate property taxes and association dues, these are obligations of the unit owners. But sometimes, of course, as unit owners, they will have to, it sometimes slips their mind. So as property owners, with due diligence, it is our duty and it becomes our responsibility to make sure that our clients are in compliance with everything. One very important reason why we do this also is in case there is conflict, especially in relation to the unit owners or the unit's property. Usually, of course, now most conflicts or issues that the unit owners have are water leaks. Of course, I guess as brokers, you know this like at the back of your hand. Water leaks, infestations. What else are usually again?
Yung sa water, yung kitchen.
Water leak again in the kitchen. So with these issues are case-to-case basis. We try to settle it, of course, first amicably. But sometimes, of course, it's inevitable. It's very difficult to discuss these issues with the condo corporations or those other unit owners that are the cause of the damage of our unit. So that is where we come in, definitely. Because instead of the brokers being burdened with communicating with those unit owners or those that cause the damage, it becomes our duty also to communicate and to find out what really is the cause, or is that unit owner really the one who will shoulder the cost, or will it be our unit also? So that is one integral part of our service. That's why we conduct due diligence. So how do we conduct due diligence? This was actually shown by the slide of Ms. Pao. We summarize it easily. Of course, we do a full check of documents, the legal compliance, and then risk analysis. These three are interconnected, and we can only do risk analysis once we do the full document check and the legal compliance. First, of course, initially when we acquire clients first, we have to, again, for the protection of our future tenants and the protection of our company, we have to verify all the documents. For example, the titles, are they authentic? If the title is not available yet, the deed of sale or the contracts to sell, are the signatories authorized to sign these documents? Is the SPA or the special power of attorneys valid, or are these properly notarized? So we do those kinds of things, especially for the unit owners, before we take them on as clients. That is for the protection of our other clients, which is the tenant. On the other hand, as discussed by Pao earlier, we protect our unit owners as well by screening the possible tenants. So again, we ask for valid IDs, government-issued IDs. We ask for working visa. Why? Because we don't want our unit owners to be involved in any issues with the Bureau of Immigration. If the tenant is a corporation, we ask for SEC just to validate if they are really registered. So that is one way for us of protecting our unit owners at the same time. And then, after all, after everything that we've reviewed the documents properly, then we analyze, we evaluate, and we assess everything. If yes, we can say that this owner, this property is in order, or this tenant is in order, then we move on to the contract signing. Then we move forward. And then once we have them as clients, we further protect them, or just in case, again, if there would be any conflict. Because if a certain conflict will not be settled amicably, then we will have to investigate again. Because, for example, one sample, we have a unit that was being rented out for 135,000 a month. And then allegedly, one day we received a demand letter from the unit below us. yes, from the unit below us, stating that her unit was damaged because of our unit. That was stated and alleged by a certain condo corp of that condominium. But then we did due diligence, and we have our own facilities management department. So we checked if ever that leak was really caused by our unit, and it turned out that it didn't. But there was already a demand letter, and it was already a legal action. So of course, we did the right thing, and we answered to the demand letter. We did the meetings, we did everything, and it turned out that it wasn't really our unit. But then again, on the other hand, the condo corp on that particular condominium already shut down the water, and the tenant of that condo of that unit already left. So our unit owner was left with profit loss, of course. So of course, with that, we provide with due diligence. We also provide the best possible options for our unit owners. If the unit owner would want to proceed legal action, yes, we can do that. If he wants to settle, if it can be settled, we're also going to give them all the options possible. But in that case, the unit owner opted not to pursue with the legal action, and then just wanted to lease out again the unit, just to avoid further hassle on his part. You know, for the due diligence, it's really it's just being understanding what the client needs, or understanding what needs to be complied with, and understanding the case-to-case basis of every situation, especially all the complaints, and then doing the proper service. Before we can do that, we need due diligence. So again, that is one of our integral part of the service. And if you might have noticed that in the departments, there is no legal department yet, because the compliance or the legal compliance, we work hand in hand with different departments, especially for the facilities management department, which is, those are our engineers that really go into the field work, and that is where we gather the data, really, the facts of the issues, of the complaints. So we don't need yet a department, because it is integrated in every department. So we work hand in hand with the facilities management department, as well as the tenant relations departments and the property management department, which receives all the complaints, and then we go hand in hand, and then we work on from there. So if you have any questions regarding our legal compliance or our legal services, clarifications. All right, thank you for your time, and again, have a good afternoon.
Okay, thank you for that wonderful presentation, attorney. So, just want to remind that the owner system that was shown by Ms. Pau is not allowed to take picture po. So, if you have, kindly delete na lang din po, because it's the privacy of our owner. Thank you. And then, for the last speaker for today, we have well-known leasing staff. He is one of the best in closing deals and giving comfort to his client. He is very accommodating person. He will now share to us on how he closed deals and its requirement in leasing out units. May I call on Mr. RJ Cruz.
Ako po'y gumawa ng introduction. Sorry. Good afternoon. I'm from Wanja, brokerage. Nakuha niyo po, did you get your commission already? Yes. From MCP Realty. Brokers, good afternoon. I'm RJ Cruz from the leasing department of 81 Property. I've been working for them for a year and a half, more than a year and a half. What will I discuss with you is our leasing process. I know that you already know that do you have your own leasing process, but maybe you can get an idea or tips on how our leasing process. First, the first step on our leasing process is how to market our units. We do pay advertisement site like PAO, Explain, Renpad, OLX. I think it's Carousel right now. They acquired then through our social media accounts like Viber groups, Facebook groups, and others. Then to our brokers network, we have a list of brokers. I think it reached 300 right now. If you're not unaccredited yet, you can approach Sir Jordan. I think he bring the accreditation form, so you can ask Sir Jordan later. Then for the website, we have our own website. Then I believe you have this QR code on your handouts you can scan, so you can easily track our updated list. Then for the next step, what we do is appointment. This is after we receive an inquiry coming from the brokers or from a direct client. This three is the one we check: type of unit, location, and price. Because why we check that? So we can offer more to the clients for our listings. Then for the appointment, we do the viewing. This photo I think is from our unit in Infinity Tower, which is 312,000 per month for the leasing and 65 million for sale. I think you can also, yes, in BGC. Then after the viewing, if we have an interested client, which is this, I think this is already explained by Pao. What we collect is the letter of intent, which states the price, move-in dates, offer payment terms, like that. And IDs for the local to government ID. For foreigner, passport, ACR, APR, SW. Then for the corporate contract, Ms. Attorney already explained this one. Letter of intent, application form, SEC or proof of company registration. Secretary certificate, what we need to check is the one who will sign the contract, the one who will be the tenant, then who will be the authorized signatory. Then after these requirements, we do evaluate the application form through their application form build up and through their IDs. I think some of the brokers skip these steps because they need the income. But this step is very important to us. The first one is the client screening. How we screen the client. Sometimes we call their employer to verify the employment status here. Then for the offer price, sometimes when the client offer price to the owner is too far, we initially rejected it. But sometimes we can accept the counter offer from them. Then for the payment terms, we do have a standard for that payment terms, which is 2 months advance, 2 months deposit, and post-dated checks. Post-dated checks, not only a post-dated checks, but a personal or own checks, because sometimes you experience that they borrow from their friends, but when they call the tenant that their check is bounced, they said that they already give it to their friend, like that. So we do recommend the personal check, so to avoid that kind of problem. Then from for the move-in date sometimes when they want to move in too far from the day-to-day, like they want to move on December, of course, sometimes we rejected it because of the opportunity to get the income first. Then sometimes admin policy, sometimes the admin don't allow pets, like that. So we do consider it on evaluation. After evaluation, the application form, we will send it to the owner. So what we call the final approval or the owner's approval. Of course, the owners own the unit, so he have the rights to have the final approval. After final approval, we will do the preparation of contract. What we need to check or notable details while preparing the contract is who will be the signatory of the contract. If it's in the corporate contract, we do check in their secretary certificate, like that. Then if they are really past the evaluation process, then the details of the unit, of course. Then how much is the approved rent fee, which is agreed from what parties, like the owners is reliable on that price. Then for the when is the contract start and end? So no, I think you already know that. Then what is the payment terms? I already discussed our standard for payment terms. Then what is the covered by the monthly payments? Like if the association dues is included in the monthly rent, if the internet, to avoid problem in the future also. After preparing the contract, the actual contract, this step will only be done in our office because we need to check their documents as much as possible, the original copy. Then we do contract explanation, then signing and payment. This will be done in our office because sometimes we have an alteration on the contract, so we can easily revise it. And then for the payment, we can easily give them the receipt right away after the contract signing. So as much as possible, we do this in our office. Then after contract signing, the actual move-in. For the actual move-in, we do inspection and punch list. We don't give the keys like in the move-in date. We don't just give the keys. We do punch listing and inventory, like checking the appliances, checking the furnitures if it's really working, it's no damage in the furnitures, like that. Then after the move-in, we will forward it to our tenant relations team. They are the one who handle and resolve the tenants' concern and problem. That's why they are not very happy on that photos because they're only receiving problems of the unit and of course that's why they're not happy. That's how our leasing process. And thank you.
First question.
Yes, sir.
In case the client doesn't have a check, do we accept auto debit from
right now
foreigners?
po, I think we have coordinated it with our finance department, but right now we don't have any transaction like that. But I think the process is discussed with the finance department.
Third question. Sa corporate clients natin, di ba normally mga corporate companies, di ba, require OR.
Apo.
So ang nagpo-provide ng OR, normally is di ba normally owners?
Owner po, owner.
Sabi mo kanina, bibigay kay receipt, sa inyo manggagaling yung OR? On the monthly
Owner
basis.
po, owner.
So,
Yes, po.
paano
If
kayong
the owner can provide
Hindi
po.
siya di ba, hindi naman lahat ang owner nagpa-file eh.
Yes
They
po,
don't
some
file,
owners. Yes po.
so di wala silang OR, paano natin ni-negotiate?
AR, acknowledgement receipt po, kung kaya namin ibigay. But for the corporate contract, we do OR po.
So nagtatanggap, maski contract lang, miscontract, maski walang OR, pwede. Kasi ba may mga ibang corporation, they require OR.
Apo, sometimes po we do.
For ORs and ARs, sir.
For ORs and ARs, sir, we have actually acknowledgement receipts in lieu of ORs, which our acknowledgement receipt is also registered in the BIR.
May experience po kayo na tinatanggap ng mga client natin corporate?
Yes, they do know. Basta it's registered with the BIR because I think that's for input bank purposes.
Yes.
You pay the taxes for us? We have to pay
For the broker or
for the property owners.
for the property owners? Yes, we have that service.
One question. Your company, do you require your owners to register ORs? Kasi di ba,
Most of the unit owner walang OR.
yeah, most, in the Philippines kasi wala talaga yan.
Oo,
They
wala.
don't do that
Wala
eh.
talaga. Kasi
As a
otherwise-
business kasi they don't have that kind of mindset. So,
Otherwise, they will be
how do we
charged
do
of
that?
Actually, it depends on the owner who registered BIR. For example, even my client for the Japanese, they have the permanent visa here in the Philippines, and they register in the BIR. For those owners who own the property, we can issue the OR. But most of the owner who is non-resident or even the Filipino owners who didn't register in the BIR for the VAT input and output VAT transaction, of course we can't issue the OR because they are not registered as VAT registered agency. So now, so many questions right now. And Ding, can you introduce?
So we will be entertaining. We will have 5 to 10 question and answer portion. So we'll ask.
5 to 10 only. It's like a raffle.
Okay po. You may ask questions na po.
Anything, come on, I can answer everything.
For example, for the corporate,
Yes.
So even if a new corporate company will rent out for the unit, is that okay? As long as it's registered in SEC.
Of course, okay, as long as registered in the BIR and the SEC, Security and Exchange Committee.
Okay, thank you.
What we requiring is just to prove you are officially registered in the Philippines. Because we have to commit to the owner to recommend this corporate, whichever, big, small, middle, it doesn't matter as long as here officially in the Philippines. Okay?
I notice most of your listings are exquisite and high-end. Do you have listings na medyo that's actually middle class?
Actually, our preferred range is 40 to 50,000 pesos. Such okay, let's say this condominium one center, the basics to one bedroom. But we also have some properties for the low rent, for example, 20 to 25,000 pesos. I will mind our lowest rent is 18,000 in the Santa Rosa. So yes, we manage high-end in BGC. We manage in Makati, but also we are also doing like a mid-end. And then our tenant is not only for the foreigner, of course, for the Filipino as well. Somebody who working in the Makati, and somebody who want to rent the unit in Makati, of course we rent, as long as they can be good tenant for the owners. The reason why we are proceeding the very strict requirement and evaluation for the tenant, this is also connected to the property management method. For example, if somebody, okay, let's say, okay, let me allow to say the bad tenant. If the bad tenant enter the unit and then he did a lot of things he want, bring the pet without notices, and then some days left the unit without notices, then only pet remain. It's not joke. It's not joke we experienced. After that we started. For those foreign clients has to have the right to stay in the Philippines. Because I have AP and ACR, which is currently in the immigration because for the renewal, so I can't show immediately rental, but no worry I have. Okay. Yeah, that's why. Keep the tenant very good stand, and then that is also for good investment. Because after, if the owner allow the bad tenant to move in, then that will be take a lot of cost for repair or restoration, and then get damage, smells, something like that. That is also one of the reasons. Any other question?
So what's the process? For example, we have listings. So what's the next thing to do?
So if you ask us to manage your property, then we start have of course the agreement. Then let's proceed the posting in our own website as well as our portal site, which is a Lamudi and Redbird. Of course, we are paying as registered agency, and then moreover doing the brokerage works because most of the broker is registered us. We have our own Viber group, which the member is around 200 people, and also we have the brokerage group. So all kind of factors we use and go into market, and then once we find the tenant, we will report it. We have the potential already passed our evaluation, and we strongly recommend you to take this leasing contract. Then up to you if you are going to proceed or not. If you deny, again we get back to fine. But most of the case only accept. Then moving and moving countries next. That's the time the tenant relation start for the long run, and joining the leasing contract. So many problem, but not on the problem. Next week, our company is going to have another 81 Farm Festa, which is a tenant relation part, because we are calling all of the tenants to have the party with us. So it's one of our tenant retention program. Of course, they are happy. Free meal, free drink, with alcohol, let's drink. And then it's tenant retention program. The tenant might be like us, so it's sometimes strong point for them to take renewal action. Then keep running the good tenant for the good investment of the owners. This is our purpose. Madam?
My question is, so the fee for the commission is, if you pay like 50% commission rate, and then 50% will go to the listing broker, 50% will go to you, and then is there another fee for the property management, or is already included?
For the monthly management fee, we are asking a 5% rent fee. Because as we all know, the property management is very complicated and troublesome. But all of the risk and all of difficulties we will take. That's why we are asking owner for the it's like a subscription. And then in my country or in the other country, there's a common thing to take the property managers and asking to manage because it's far from your possession and asking those works, so monthly payment, 5%.
So that will be paid by the owner to
Yes.
your company.
Yes.
Would it be paid in advance, or how does it be set up?
Of course, I prefer the advance. But it's up to you. We can do the proper monthly basis. For example, as Paul showed the accounting system, it's like a profit and loss, income portion versus expense portion. Your expense always have the management fee. We can deduct from your income, so actual cash out, no. We can do that also. No.
Example, if I have a unit worth 60,000 net, so excluded the association dues, the 5% will be on the 60,000 will be paid to your company on a monthly basis.
60,000 rent, so our management fee is 5%. Then since we are VAT registered, we have to ask 12% back. So 5% for the 60,000, so
Around 3,000.
Plus VAT.
Will they issue a check to your company, the owners?
For your income?
Yeah, no, your service fee, 5%.
Okay. Yeah, we can accept of course cash or checks, and also it's okay from the deduction from your income. Can you open the monthly accounting report? Show my property. So this is one of my property. Then rent income is 18,000. Well, please get down. So this is my gross income. This is actually my expenses. This month I paid the property management fee. Actually, I'm complaining to the company why I have to pay. But anyway. So my management fee. So income versus get down. Income versus expenses. So remaining the 15,000, we can deposit to your account. So even you are paying the management fee, actual cash out, voila, because you have the income. So we don't ask any management fee for the brokers, only to the property owners, because this is the services to property owners.
So, example, as a client, the owner would be giving all the checks to you, and you'll manage everything. So you just deduct all the get all the deductions. So you deposit the net to the owner's bank. Right?
That's possible.
That's how it works.
Yes, that is possible.
So clarify. So that will be 5% per month. You'll be paid by the owner.
Yes.
So aside from the 5%, you also get 1 month for being the referrer broker.
For the yes, because we are asking the cooperation to the brokerage agency.
So, for example, you were the one who searched for the tenant. Your group was the one who searched for the tenant.
Yes.
So you still get 1 month referrer broker fee, or you just get the 5% per month?
we are going to ask the 1 month commission for the brokerage.
And then 5% per month for the maintenance.
Yes. Okay, I want to close the last two questions. So, have something last two. Go ahead.
Are you handling short term, like in any case you open for daily rentals or weekly?
Unfortunately, so far not handling.
Monthly.
Only some decided unit, because for example the unit in the one center we are managing on the 150 unit, and then we have the deal with the property admin office, so that you might see Basal's office which is doing the monthly accommodation, but that is official to the condominium association directors, because we had already negotiation. Of course, there is so many units, that's why we can operate something like that. But if the unit is only one in the condominium, a bit difficult, so that I can't say we will. This is the reason. Final question? Can I stop earlier than one question? Okay, so thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for the answers, Sir Zoe. So before we end this seminar, we would like to have the last set of our raffles. So may I call on Sir Zoe for the last set of the raffle. So for the first, it's buffet again. Buffet again. So who will be the winner of buffet at New World Makati Hotel for two? Let's see. Who wants to have it? Congratulations to Miss Helen Navarro. The next raffle is good for adventurous people. Okay, so congratulations. Tandem paragliding in Cavite for two. Okay, it's from the broker. We have Miss Sophia Grace. Congratulations for winning tandem paragliding in Cavite for two. The last two is a stay. Okay, who will be the lucky winner of standard room accommodation for two with breakfast at Bikyong Hotel at Tagaytay? That's a big prize. Congratulations to Abram P. Chef. Congratulations for winning the standard room accommodation for two. The last one is from our sponsors for today. C-Suite stay at 2 Central with breakfast for two. Who will be the lucky winner? Athena Kezia. Congratulations for having C-Suite stay at 2 Central. It's for two. So don't lose hope for those who haven't picked, because we have our grand prize trip to Japan. So please stand by. It will be announced on August 30 at our last event. Thank you. I hope you found this afternoon informative and useful. We would like to thank all of you being here again. Thank you for coming to our seminar entitled Real Estate Investment Seminar. Thank you and have a nice day.